Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we discuss on some interesting updates. We begin with Joao Cancelo. As super agent George Mendes is pushing Manchester City right back Cancelo to join Barcelona before the summer window comes to a close. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Neymar, as PSG will not let Neymar leave for free, even as Barca push for his signing. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So as we get right into the stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. According to a report from Sport, Jorge Mendes is pushing again for Manchester City star Joao Cancelo's move to Barca. Negotiations between the parties have resumed and updates can be expected in the coming hours. It is indeed a surprising development considering that the move has been believed to be a fallen through only a couple of days ago. Barca could not meet the Premier League side's valuation of the right back and were forced to withdraw from the race given their economic situation. Man City and Pep Guardiola do not see Cancelo as part of their plans for next season. The rift between the player and the management is seemingly at a point of no return. The European champions thus see a permanent transfer as the only viable option. Barcelona, in their financial situation, cannot afford the same and offer to sign the player on a loan deal. That idea does not appeal to the English champions. But with Mendes now personally intervening to ensure the deal goes through, it remains to be seen if the two parties can reach a middle ground. Barcelona director Deco has been pushing for a move for Real Valladolid right back Ivan Fresneda all summer. However, the youngster's name has not generated consensus within the club. The teenager is one of La Liga's most exciting young talents and is touted to be one of the league's best players in the few years time to come. Xavi, however, is not willing to take the bet. The manager prefers experience over longevity and strongly favors a move for Cancelo. News of negotiations restarting thus comes as music to his ears. The 29-year-old made 15 Bundesliga appearances for loan on a loan move at Bayern Munich in the second half of last season, scoring one goal and providing four assists. Further, he created five big chances and averaged close to one key pass per game. Not a bad start, by the way. Joao Cancelo is still linked with Barca, despite earlier reports claiming that Barca have given up on the race. Barca are still there. We know that right back position have not been strengthened, and we know moving forward the club needs a right back at all costs. Xavi have said it on numerous occasions that now his priority is to sign a right back to strengthen the club, to strengthen his squad. And of course, Joao Cancelo have always been the top choice for Xavi Hernandez, despite how expensive he can be, even if we are going for a loan move. That is why players like Ivan Fresneda has strongly been linked because the player is 26 and of course he is also more affordable than Joao Cancelo. And from the report we are getting, Deco is the one who has been pushing and engineering this deal to go through. But as we all know that Xavi has some huge ultimate power when it comes to transfer dealing since joining as Barca coach in 2021. It have been difficult for the Ivan Fresneda's links to be materialized, all because Xavi does not or is not convinced of the player's quality, and Xavi also argues the player's lack of experience is what he doesn't want to risk on. So Joao Cancelo still remains on the radar, all because of Xavi, who really wants Joao Cancelo to join. And of course, Joao Cancelo's move will potentially be but for a loan because Barca cannot dare pass to negotiate with City for any permanent transfer as they know that they can never reach the target because Cancelo currently is being He's been valued by Manchester City for 50 million euros, I think, which Barca can't dare afford to pay such an amount. That is why they have been contemplating but for a loan move rather than going for a permanent purchase. So, but still for a permanent purchase, it still looks difficult as Barca it will cost Barca a grand total of about 25 million euros in order to get that deal done. So it will be very difficult. By the way, to get Cancelo, we know that, but the summer window is still there, and Xavi really wants to get his man. As definitely a right back coming this summer will be a big boost for us. We can't start the season or we can't end this transfer window without getting a right back. It will not be something good. And of course, players like Joan Foyt, who has also been linked again recently, is also another expensive fellow. And of course, despite the links, it's very unlikely Barca go for Joan Foy because he's rated at 54 million euros. So right now, despite Ivan Fresneda being the most affordable option, but Xavi is not convinced. That is why Barca want to likely bear the risk to push for Joao Cancelo for a loan move, which will still be a heavy task. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. There has been a lot of chatter surrounding Neymar and his future over the past 24 hours, with a possible return to FC Barcelona set to be gaining ground a lot. Indeed, reports earlier today claimed that Barca had reached an agreement with their former superstar over a 2 plus 1 year contract worth 13 million euros per season plus bonuses. The report suggested that Neymar is negotiating with PSG over a mutual termination of contract and that the Parisian Giants could be open to such a move as they are keen to get rid of him. However, as per a fresh update from Fabrice Hawkins, PSG are not entertaining the possibility of letting Neymar leave for free this summer by termination of his contract. The Ligue 1 champions could be staring at possible issues with financial fair play given the investments they have made, and as such, there is no question of letting the Brazilian go for free this summer. This would certainly come as a blow for Barca, who are understood to be pushing to sign Neymar. If his contract would have been terminated, the Blaugrana could sign their former superstar for free while taking over his salary. But with PSG unlikely to sanction such a move, Barca would either have to negotiate a fee with PSG or try to sign him on loan for a single season with the wages being shared between the two clubs. So Neymar is understood to be intent on joining Barcelona and is ready to make a big sacrifice with regards to his salary in order to secure a return. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.